Did you ever think that the most terrifying moment happens in absolute silence? No warning sound, no sign in advance. The deadliest venomous snakes strike without hesitation in an instant. Everything unfolds so fast that the camera can only capture the life or death moment. Right after this, you will witness rare footage of horrifying hunting scenes by the most venomous snakes, enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Follow along now. Saharan Horned Viper versus Mouse. The Saharan Horned Viper buries itself beneath the sand, completely motionless, with only its cold eyes watching the surroundings. As the mouse passes by, the viper launches in a flash, a clean strike ending everything at the very first contact. The mouse's body begins to convulse violently. Movements become disjointed and uncontrollable. The venom of the Saharan Horned Viper contains enzymes that destroy blood vessel walls, causing massive internal bleeding into surrounding tissues. The viper does not rush. It waits until absolute certainty, then slithers forward and grips the prey by the head. The jaws open just enough. The throat expands with rhythmic pulses. The snake's body gently coils to guide the prey into its stomach, conserving energy. Vital organs lose circulatory pressure in a very short time. Beneath the seemingly silent sand, an ancient hunting instinct has just been perfectly fulfilled. Blood python versus king cobra. The blood python moves slowly across the damp forest floor, each muscular motion focused on tracking the scent of prey ahead. It does not realize that at the same moment, a professional snake hunter is approaching from the edge of its awareness. The king cobra strikes rapidly, the attack aimed straight at the head, the position that determines the entire battle. But the blood python does not panic. Driven by survival reflex, it coils its body in reverse, tightening around the cobra's torso, using thick muscle mass and weight to apply constant pressure. The king cobra maintains control of its head. Its body stiffens, minimizing movement, a familiar tactic when facing powerful constrictors. Meanwhile, the blood python does not need to bite. Its constriction force is sufficient to disrupt breathing and heart rhythm if prolonged. After a period of struggle, the python concentrates all its strength into a powerful jerk, breaking the grip. The moment space opens, the king cobra immediately retreats. Python versus rabbit. After many days without food, the python leaves its familiar forest, slithering along the tree line toward a residential area. This is the moment it must change its hunting environment. In the darkness, the python's eyes do not see the world in color, but through movement and heat. Any living creature appears clearly within its perception. Targets that are too small do not provide enough energy to justify digestion, while those that are too fast or too large carry excessive risk. The rabbit is different. The size is ideal. It runs predictable paths. And most importantly, it always pauses briefly between jumps. The python does not hunt by chasing, but by choosing the right prey so that only a single strike is needed. When the rabbit crosses the optimal distance, the python's body explodes like a spring released after being compressed too long. The coils close instantly, pressure cutting off blood flow, leaving the prey with no escape. Queen snake versus crayfish. Beneath slow-moving murky water, the queen snake glides along the bottom, its slender and flexible body slipping through algae-covered rock crevices. It is not searching for fish or frogs. What it waits for is a rare moment, when the crayfish must weaken itself in order to survive. The crayfish begins to molt. The old shell cracks, revealing the soft body underneath. In those brief minutes, the claws are no longer hard. The armor completely loses its function, and all defensive reflexes become nearly useless. The queen snake senses this change through water movement, without needing to clearly see the shape. It approaches slowly. No powerful strike is needed, just a precise clamp onto the soft body where no armor remains. The queen snake swallows the prey whole before the new shell has time to harden. Black mamba versus bird. Along a tall tree trunk, the black mamba moves across branches like a dark shadow, surveying the space around it. And today, unlucky young birds have entered its sights. Although they mainly live on the ground, black mambas are also exceptional climbers. An interesting fact is that the name black mamba does not come from its skin color, but from the deep black interior of its mouth, a deadly signature of nature. A single bite instantly ends the prey's life. The venom of the black mamba is considered one of the most terrifying chemical weapons on the planet. Experts often call it the kiss of death. One bite contains enough toxin to kill 10 to 20 humans at once, and today's prey will bear the full effect. In nature, encountering venom is like death knocking at your door. Cobra versus green viper. Inside the confined space of a large glass enclosure, the cobra and the viper have no room to retreat. A bite lands directly on the viper's tail. This is a controlling move, not an immediate killing strike. When a viper's tail is held, it instinctively coils defensively, reducing the reach of its head in a tight space. This is exactly what the cobra exploits, not by chance. And the cobra has now gained control of its opponent's head. Its venom is a complex mixture, attacking on multiple fronts, leaving the viper with almost no ability to resist. When the snake begins to swallow, the process is no longer an attack, but total physiological control. The lower jaws separate and alternately advance step by step along the prey's body. During this time, the trachea shifts to one side of the mouth to maintain breathing, allowing the snake to swallow for a long time without suffocating. This moment reveals the cold perfection of nature, where every hunter has a counterpart designed to counter it. King snake versus rattlesnake. Beneath the rocky ground, two natural enemies come face to face once again. In confrontations between the king snake and the rattlesnake. The outcome is often surprising. The king snake usually wins and even considers the rattlesnake a favorite meal. Despite lacking venom, the king snake possesses special proteins in its blood that make it immune to the venom of many local snake species, including the rattlesnake. The king snake earns its title precisely because of its habit of eating other snakes. It actively hunts rattlesnakes rather than merely defending itself. In contrast, the rattlesnake typically uses venom to hunt rodents or birds. So when facing an opponent that is both venom resistant and a powerful constrictor, it becomes disadvantaged. It can take several days to several weeks for the king snake to fully digest such a massive meal. Python versus rat. The young python leaves its hiding place as darkness covers the ground. Its body presses close to the cold surface, tongue constantly flicking to collect every remaining scent trail. When the rat appears, the first strike is launched almost purely by instinct. The python lunges repeatedly, the distance closing, yet it still cannot secure the prey. The rat is light and agile, using short, evasive bursts to prolong the chase. Finally, the python changes its approach. It lowers its body, pressing close to the rat's path. When the prey slows for a brief moment, the final strike lands true. The constricting coils close, cutting off blood flow to the brain, and the rat collapses quickly. The python begins to swallow, completing a clumsy but effective first hunt. What you have just seen shows that the terrifying power of venomous snakes lies not in display, but in precision and ruthless survival instinct. Every hunt is a gamble, where a single moment of delay can completely change the outcome. In nature, there are no invincible creatures, only those that know how to exploit the right moment. If you found this video tense and unsettling, press like, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to continue exploring the most realistic survival moments of the wild. Thank you for watching until the end. See you again on the next journey.